Good morning, twin flame friends. I'm so sorry for my long absence. Following holidays, I've been really unwell. You can probably tell from my voice that I'm still a bit wonky, but I'm on the mend. So if I start coughing or sniffing, I apologise sincerely. Okay, for those of you who are waiting for readings, I am really behind because I've been ill. I've just started working through the backlog of emails, and there are many. So please be patient while I get to you. If I haven't scheduled your reading yet, over the next day, I will be working through all of those emails and getting everyone booked in. But for those of you that want to book a reading, from today onwards, there will be a 7 to 10 day lead time whilst I deal with that backlog. So if you want to know how to get a reading, you can look in the box below. That explains it in the description box down there, how you can get in touch with me and book that. I'm getting some fabulous feedback from the twin flame connection checks. So if you guys, if you've missed the videos where I explain this, just in a nutshell, if you're not sure if you're dealing with a real twin flame, this connection check allows me to look at the connection between you and this person, the energy between you, and to confirm whether or not it is a real twin flame, as well as to identify any blockages. You know, I get all kinds of information. We look at your chakras, I ground and protect you, and put the protection back around the twin flame connection. But I did make, I did do a live stream about this. So if you want to see how that works, just drop me an email and I'll send you a web link to that live stream, because I didn't make it a public video. Okay, so we're going to get back into the swing of things today with how is he feeling? How is your DM feeling? Because we've not done that for ages. And today I am using these amazing cards from my beautiful friend Made for Love. You can find a link to her YouTube channel down below because she does sell these cards. So this is the Divine Counterparts in Separation deck. Thank you so much, Made for Love. I absolutely adore them. I received these on Saturday, and they are specifically for, as the name would suggest, you know, anyone who's in a twin flame or soulmate kind of connection. It's an oracle deck specifically for that. So we are going to be using those today. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Jennifer. She has also just set up her own channel, specifically doing readings for twin flames. She is absolutely amazing. So check her out. Her name is Infinite Twin Flame Healing, and I'll put a link to her channel down below as well, so you can go and find her too. Fab. So let's get started. Thumbnail at the beginning, timestamps and what crystals are on each deck, and the information about each deck is in the description box below. So have a look at the thumbnail, choose which deck or crystal you want, or just go to the timestamps down below and have a look at what works for you. A lot of people get quite indecisive about this. I've noticed a couple of people say, oh, I don't like it when it's pick a card because I don't know which one to pick. That really reveals quite a lot about you. I think that says, you know, you don't trust yourself. So you just have to trust your first gut instincts. There's no right or wrong. And if the pile you pick doesn't resonate, just pick another one. It's all good. Okay, so let's go. We're going to start with pile one. So we're going to look at how is your DM feeling? What's he thinking? I think we'll get a message from the higher self and what you can do to move forward. Because that's the most important bit, is what you need to do. Yourself, that's where your power is. And that's the bit we like to look at. Oh. So how's he feeling? Well, they wanted to come out, didn't they? Well, it's all happening for us today. They're all just flying out. So we'll start with feeling, thinking. Okay. And remember, if I pause, which I don't very often anymore, it's because I'm channeling Arthur. I mean, he's always there. It's called inspired thought. It's when you're kind of constantly channeling anyway. But okay, so this guy's feeling very amorous. We've got the 10 of Cups here, and this is a beautiful card. You know, you've got this couple embracing in the water. There's a lot of emotion, very deep energy, but the jellyfish really jump out at me, okay, because they are the bringers of light in this image. But as we know, jellyfish have a sting in the tail. And I'm feeling like this guy is feeling, he's also wrapped up, they're both wrapped up in octopus tentacles. So there's a feeling of being really contained, trapped, is even jumping out at me. So I feel like this guy is afraid. He's feeling very, very deep feelings. And he's feeling the light. He's feeling the spiritual power of this connection, but he's afraid of it. He's afraid of what it's going to uncover. And this is a unique paradox, actually, that we see a lot in the twin flame journey, because, you know, people sometimes are afraid of the light. They're afraid of healing because they're afraid of being judged, and they're afraid of what may come up. They're afraid of facing their own darkness, their own demons, which of course you have to do if you're going to transmute the dark to light. And I feel like this is where this gentleman is. He's very, and sorry, I use man and woman interchangeably, but of course the DM could be a woman. But this is where this masculine is at. He is feeling, he's feeling an overwhelming urge to be with you, but he's trying to resist it because he's afraid. He's afraid. He's not ready to grasp the light yet. We see this with this Ace of Wands reversed as well. You know, this hand, the wands are the symbol of spirit, of fire, of light. And there's a mouse here on the cuff as well. But this is reversed. You know, he's not ready to grasp it. And you know, with the Eight of Cups, he's moving in that direction. And with the Six of Pentacles, he's looking to bring back balance. So he's feeling this desire to go within and to restore balance within himself, within this connection. But he is afraid. There is some apprehension, there is some resistance there. But he feels very, very deeply for you. You know, make no mistake, if you've been, you know, wondering and probably assuming that there's just nothing there with this guy, because he doesn't communicate it. But he's going through a very powerful transformation, and he's aware that you know, the scales need to be balanced. He needs to come towards you now from a place of equality. Certainly regards reciprocation, because he knows he's not been doing that. He's not sure how to do that yet. I feel like he's still in the dark, but he's aiming for the light. And, you know, with this Ten of Wands energy, Ten of Swords, we see this whale, you know, with all of these swords right the way down his abdomen. He's in water. Whales represent water, emotion, and deep, deep wisdom. You know, they are the king of the ocean. And with all of these swords in his heart space and his throat space, you know, and 10 being the number of completion, he is really very focused on completing that healing, on pulling those swords out one by one and dealing with those inner wounds. And he's doing that work, but it is very much a journey. You know, the Seven of Wands in this card is beautiful. We've had it come up before for us, and you see these ladders going up to different levels where he eventually reaches the light. You know, he is really putting the work in. You know, this is a feeling of he wants to work at this now. He doesn't want to give up. He knows that this is the only way to defend and protect the connection he has with you. So this is very positive, pile one. This is really nice. So for a message from higher self, we're going to use the Divine Counterparts in Separation deck. Let's get a message from his higher self. What does he want you to know? Wow. I love this. I love it when the cards tie in. So moving on to calmer waters. Yeah, we see this here. This is a very similar image. He is moving into calmer waters. He's doing that healing. He wants you to know that it's worth it. That, you know, he may be in the dark now. And I know this has been very long and painful for you. He's saying you've made an art out of endurance. You really have. You really have been so, so patient. But, you know, he's on this inner journey. This inner journey of finding his own light. At the moment, it's outside of himself. He's using it to light his way. But, you know, he needs to find it within himself. And coming up over this card, where I said he's, you know, he needs to defend and protect the connection, we've got ready to defend. He's ready to fight for you and to defend what is. He knows he needs to step up or step out. There's a real feeling of wanting to move forward with this. So in terms of what you need to do, you need to hang in there as well and trust his message that it's worth it. We've got the Two of Cups energy here. We've got the Six of Wands, which is about, you know, victory. And in this deck, we see this lady surrounded by these fish. And she's got this beautiful fish cape as well, which again represents emotion, represents dreams. You know, you've got to hold the faith that victory will be yours. With this Two of Cups energy, this is worth it, you know. Things are moving forward now. And he's not giving up. He's not giving up. He's not in his divine masculine power yet. You don't need him to be, is the message that's coming through. You need to not give up. You know, don't fall at the last hurdle because you've waited a very long time. It's like Arthur said, you've made an art out of endurance. You've waited a really long time. And, you know, now is the time to focus on your inner journey. But I'm being guided to tell you that one of the most powerful things you can do to support this connection right now is to visualize how it will look when you come into union. To spend all your time daydreaming about that. Daydreaming is just the same as meditating. When you allow yourself to deeply relax and completely release all of the tension from your body and just allow yourself to indulge in visualizing how union's going to look, how you're going to live, how you're going to spend time together. Focusing on that will help it manifest. It will help drive it forward. It's about staying positive and sending a lot of love into that connection. That's what you really need to do. You've done a lot of your own healing, but you've got frustrated, and I understand that's because you've been so patient. You've got frustrated, and this has caused a temporary wobble in your alignment. But you can pull that back really quickly. And you know, I'm being called to remind you that you don't need him. That's the last bit of learning that you really need to process before things can move forward. Not to say there won't be any more learning later, but for now, for this part of your journey, you need to release this idea that you need your divine masculine. When you release that and you accept that you just need to surrender to self-love, that's when you're going to see a lot of forward momentum on this journey. Okay? So I hope that helped, part one. And again, apologies for my sniffing. Oh dear. Right. Let's go with part two. See what we've got for you. How is he feeling? How's he feeling? How's he thinking? And message from the higher self on what do you need to do to move forward. So how's he feeling? Okay, so this guy is feeling very reflective. What's he thinking? Okay. So this guy's been doing a lot of very deep reflection. Things have changed for him quite drastically and quite suddenly. And this has caused him to go within, perhaps for the first time in a long time. It's caused him to take time to really reflect on this connection with you. And he is downloading a dramatic amount of truth. That's what I'm getting here with this Ace of Wands. This huge truth download. And he's going back to the bare bones. This is the Four of Swords, but we see the bones of this snake, the snake in just his skeletal form, you know, getting back to the truth, getting back to the bare bones of the matter. And with justice here and the Six of Cups, which for me is the soulmate card, you know, he is suddenly downloading enormous truth. He's coming to very dramatic and intense realizations. He's feeling a lot of synchronicities. He's really feeling the truth of the matter. He doesn't understand it yet, okay? In terms of what he's thinking, he's still existing in this 3D paradigm of games, and it's making him feel the truth is making him feel very vulnerable. He's trying to rebalance, to grasp the truth, but he knows that there is something otherworldly at work here. He knows there is a deep soul connection, a very intuitive connection. We've got the High Priestess here, you know, he knows. He knows, but he may be still in this mentality of playing games, of, you know, being in touch, then ignoring you, you know, all of these annoying things that boys do anyway, which is quite traditional for men. But he's, you know, he's still stuck, even though he's having these downloads, these truth realizations. He feels vulnerable, you know, with this Page of Swords energy. He's not sure how to communicate this realization in a mature way. He doesn't know how to express it. He feels vulnerable. He's not quite ready. Actually, in this card as well, we've got the, this is a smudging stick, which is for clearing negativity. And the message I'm getting here is that he's trying to clear this truth rather than face it and confront it. He's almost trying to brush it away because he's much more comfortable with the old paradigm, this 3D reality of, you know, not being truthful and honest and real. So you're probably a bit frustrated with this masculine, but you need to trust that the layers are unpeeling. He's faced with this skeletal truth of going back to the bare bones, and he's being forced to confront it. And every inch of him is screaming loudly that something is up here. He knows. Let's get a message from his higher self. Wow. We've got union. I'm working on my inner issues. It's worth it. And synchronicities. So you need to keep the faith for union. This is what he's asking you. And, you know, I'm getting that this truth download applies to you as well. And you try and clear it. You're constantly trying to cut cords with this kind of connection, trying to clear it out, trying to move on and away from it. And I understand why you've done that, because you've been in pain. And so it, you know, it causes us to try and run. And I say try and run because you can never really run from this connection. We can have time out, but we can't really run. It's always there, isn't it? It haunts you, even when you don't want it to. So, you know, he's reminding you to trust and to have faith, because the twin flame journey can be long, it can be painful, but ultimately, union is inevitable. And the sooner you surrender and accept that truth and have faith in it, the easier it is to endure and to be patient. Because he is working on his inner issues, that's what he wants you to know. And he's reminding you it's going to be worth it. And these synchronicities that you're experiencing, you know, I said he's experiencing them now at a rate of knots, and you are too. And that's where you can get faith. You know, this is where, when you ask Spirit for a sign, just to remind you, help me have faith in this journey, help me believe and trust in union, and you will get those signs. You know that. He doesn't know why he's getting those signs. He's not asking for them, but he's getting them anyway. So that's a very powerful message from your divine masculine. You know, stay focused on union. Give him the time and space to work through his issues. That's the 63. 6 and 3 is 9. That's a very independent energy. He needs to run right now. He needs to be apart from you right now. But you have to remember that it's worth it. You know, you're on this journey together. You know, separation in the 3D is just an illusion. You're always connected. You're connected spiritually, energetically. So trust those synchronicities. So let's see what you need to do to move forward. Stop being indecisive. Okay, you need to... Wow. Okay. So we've got the King and Queen of Wands here. You know, you've been doubting this connection. You're not sure that he is your twin. You're not sure what you're meant to be doing. He is your twin. I don't normally confirm that in a pick-a-par reading. In fact, I don't normally confirm that with the cards. If you're still uncertain, I can do a twin flame connection check for you, but there is doubt here. You know, this is the Two of Swords, and this is you dithering and saying, oh my God, what should I do? Should I carry on? Should I wait for him? Or should I just try and move on with my life? And, you know, you're forgetting that that's not a decision that's yours. You don't own that decision. This decision's made for you. You have a twin flame, so your higher purpose is to come into union with that twin flame. And the sooner you stop dithering and doubting, the sooner that can happen. Because when you dither and doubt and you have a lack of faith, you are affecting the energy of that connection with your doubt. And, you know, the energy needs to be aligned and pure and clean. That's what happens when you're both in this King and Queen of Wands energy. You know, you need to have faith, but you need to focus on self-love specifically. We've got this Ace of Cups here, and this is the missing link for you. And, you know, a lot of people will say to me when I say this to them, but I've done so much healing. I really have. I've done my healing. I'm all healed. And, you know, the truth is there is no end to healing. There isn't a beginning or an end. It's infinite. There is always more healing. I think I described it in one of my last videos, or it might have been face-to-face with a client. I can't remember. It's, you know, healing is like archaeology. It's like digging. You have to keep digging. And the more you dig, the more you'll find. You will always find something else. You're never done digging. You're never done healing. You've got to keep digging. And as you dig and that hole gets deeper and wider, you shine more light into the depths and darkest points of yourself. And as you dig more out, you become more light. It's that simple. So, you know, if you're in this mindset of I've done all the healing, you know, you really need a dose of reality, and you need to get humble. Because if you were done healing, you'd be the Dalai Lama. You'd be some ascended master. None of us are done healing. And I know that's a really harsh way of delivering that truth, but it's true. There is no beginning or end to healing. And if you think you're done healing, you're fooling yourself. You need to keep healing, because what I'm being shown is that you need more self-love. There is more stuff to dig out to help you move forward and embrace that love that you have for self even more so. And if it feels good already, trust it can feel even better. It's not a bad thing to do more healing. You're only going to feel even better. So I hope that was helpful, part 2. Get to that healing. Keep at it. It's never done. Right. So far, no coughs. We're doing good. Right, part 3. What's he feeling? What's he thinking? Let's get a message from his higher self. I feel like I need to riffle shuffle this deck. I'm not very good at riffle shuffling, so don't mock me. Oh no, that wasn't too bad. Okay, what's he feeling? What's he thinking? Okay, so things have been moving a little bit too quickly for this guy. I feel like you've probably been in communication with him and then he's just vanished again. As they do. He's just dropped off the face of the planet, and he's in this kind of old 3D energy of pretending he doesn't know you. He's just put it to the back of his mind. It was all moving a bit too quickly, and he's withdrawn because he wasn't ready for that equal give and take. He wasn't ready. And just to be clear, you know, he feels very strongly for you. You feel like home to him, but he's not ready to come home. I'm almost being shown like a very young student person that's gone off on their travels and they're having so much fun. They know home is there. They know it's waiting for them, but they're exploring, they're adventuring, and they're learning about themselves. And this is where this guy is at. He's not ready to come home. There's so much he needs to do to move forward as an individual. And that's where he needs to be focused. He's not ready for union. He's not ready to come towards you. In terms of what he's thinking, right now he doesn't understand the connection. He's not allowing or feeling the full force of the connection, and he's doubting. He's doubting that you're the one. Right now, that kind of seriousness just feels like too much of a burden. He's trying to rebalance in himself. He's trying to get to know self. I feel like this is a very young divine masculine as well. You know, this is someone that's really not found his feet in the world. Now, his higher self is niggling at him. He knows there's something between you. It's, as I said, he knows you're home, but he's denying his truth. He's denying, consciously speaking, when he goes about his day, he's denying it. He's putting it to the back of his head. He's not acknowledging it. He's got work to do on himself. He's not ready for this. He's not ready for a serious relationship, not with you, not with anybody. He's dallying. It's the message from his higher self. Wow. So, we've got destiny calls. That's number 11. You know, and we've also got the Emperor, which has come up over the Empress reversed. And, you know, I feel like you're really being called to acknowledge that he has to step into his divine masculine power. And that's work he has to do independent of you. You can't do that for him any more than he can force you or help you step into your divine feminine power. And he's reminding me that you're on your journey too. You know, you are both. And the reason I'm saying reminding, this is about remembrance. And it's the poppies. In England, poppies symbolise remembrance. And it's the poppies in this card over the Destiny's Call message, this number 11. You know, you need to remember what this journey is about. And he's calling you to remember that it's about finding your own individual power first. You cannot unite until that's happened. And, you know, he's also saying, my love for you is deeper than the ocean, which is really beautiful. You know, he's acknowledging that. His higher self is acknowledging that. He wants you to know that truth. Even if his conscious self is denying it, deep down he knows you're home. But we've also got a big fat no here. That could not be clearer. Now is not the time. It's not the time. You need to give him space to allow his journey to unfold. And you need to allow yourself that space. Let's see what else you need to do to move forward. Yes, okay. Okay, so we've got the Lovers reversed. You know, this matches his big no, doesn't it? And then this Lovers, we have a mirror image of twins. And it's no. I'm not saying this guy isn't your twin. Although if you have any doubts about that, I can do a twin flame connection check for you. You can find that information in the box below. But I'm not saying he's not your twin. I'm saying that right now you need to be focused on yourselves as individuals. You've got this Ace of Swords, your individual truth, your truth, not his truth, your truth, the truth of who you are. And you need to stop waiting, because you're so focused on waiting for him to return that you are what's the word? You're static. You're not moving forward. It's like you've stopped and you've like, I'm going to wait here. I just want him to come back, so I'm just going to wait here for him to come back. But you're forgetting that you're on your own journey and you need to proceed on that journey. Because I'm being shown that you're resisting that. With this Ace of Pentacles reversed, you know, you are not grounded in your own reality at the moment. You're not seeing your own higher purpose or your own path. And you need to step into that. You need to stop waiting for him. Because he's cracking on with his own journey, you know. He's not waiting for you. He knows he's got work to do. So you need to trust. You need to accept your own truth and the truth of who you are. That's what you need to discover. That's your purpose. And you need to start moving forward and stop waiting. I hope that helped. Right. We've had a lot of watery cards today as well. I've just noticed that I chose all these beautiful shells to join us today. Okay. Part 4. What's he feeling? What's he thinking? We'll get a message from his higher self as well. Wow. Wow. Okay. This guy's done a lot of work. He's almost ready to move forward. So, you know, things are starting to sink in this guy's head rapidly. He's getting a lot of rapid incoming realizations, messages, understanding. He's in a very balanced place right now. He has binned indecision. He is no longer indecisive. He is stepping in to his masculine energy. He's feeling completely magnetized by you right now. However, from a practical perspective, he's got stuff to tie up. I feel like if you haven't heard from him already, you're already getting messages of love from this guy. But he is stuck with a karmic right now, that he needs to resolve that. But he needs you to understand that he knows that's no longer an option to continue with that. So he's seeing you through this triangle, and I think this is actually really powerful, because I don't know if you can see this, but in this card, this lady is holding her hands like this, so she's looking through a triangle. We've got the love triangle card here with the 3 of Pentacles, and we've also got the Lovers, which can also represent a triangle and features all of these triangles. So he's stuck, but with the 7 of Cups reversed, you know, he's no longer procrastinating. He's no longer labouring under any illusion about what he wants. He knows what he wants. He's released indecision. What he wants is his feminine. And we see the Ankh here in this Emperor card as well. He's really, really experiencing truth in its purest form. So you've just got to be patient with this guy, because this karmic situation isn't easy to untangle himself from. He needs to be protected as well. Okay, this is it. I do think there's some interference here as well with this guy. There is some magical darkness. I don't know if it's from the karmic or if she's enlisted help, but he's being blocked. He's being blocked by that third party connection, which is stunting its growth. We can see this seed, but it's blooming into the triangle. And you've got this connection here, and this triangle is blocking it. Yeah? The seed that's growing. Yeah, this is powerful. I've never noticed that about that card. So this guy's being blocked right now. We've got wolves in the ring as well. Wolves in the circle, very territorial. So there's energy blocking him from moving forward. As I said, I feel like you've probably had some communication from him, and it's loving, but it's through the eyes of the triangle. He has not got higher perspective right now to actually, detach himself from that third party situation. He's trying, but his progress is being stunted. So let's look at a message from his higher self. On my way. Yes. Eternal love and destiny calls. Could it be any clearer than that, part 4? I mean, truly. I'm on my way. Yes. And yes to transformation as well. You know, we've got this butterfly here. Behind it, this beautiful light, the fire, spirit. Eternal love and destiny is calling. He knows. He knows he has to come to you. It's only a matter of time now. he could probably do with a clearing, actually. You can find information in the description box below about how I can help you with that. I'm going to keep that one actually flipped over. So what do you need to do to move forward? Okay. Okay, so don't get too excited, because even though, you know, things are moving in the right direction as far as your masculine is concerned, you've got a little bit of work to do. We've got 2 9s here. We've got the Hermit, which is a lady in this card. And we've got the 9 of Cups reversed. We've got the Moon, and we've got the Queen of Swords. And you can see here she is holding on to her truth. She is not releasing it because she's still downloading the truth. That's what we see with these circles of light surrounding her, and this bird of prey, which she is not letting go of yet. She is still figuring out the truth. She's still downloading all the facts, the realizations, the understanding that she needs to be able to proceed. So if he's reaching out to you now, don't allow yourself to blurt everything out. You know, now is the time to actually go within, to be very relaxed about his communication. Don't get too excited. To stay in your power, you need to go within, because you're blocking union yourself as well with this 9 of Cups reversed energy. You're not in your power completely. And I'm getting a lot of illusion, which is linked to this magic that's being put out there to block this connection. This is clouding your judgment right now, okay? And just remember that spirit can work in powerful ways. And, you know, you can download truth, and you can also download something that isn't real. And this is what's thrown you off track. There is an illusion here which doesn't serve you. It's not come from the spirit of light. It has come from interference. And you need to hold on. You need to hold back. You need to not give anything away or let anything go, because your judgment has been warped by deceit. Spirit can be deceitful. It can be used to manipulate, and that's what's happening here with both of you. This is interfering in your energy. So you need to remember that your power is to go within, to focus on your inner light, to stay aligned in your own light, and then you won't get this energetic interference. But you need to clear your connection, clear any blockages, ground and protect self. Okay, hope that helps, powerful. Well, thank you so much, guys, again for tuning in. I'm going to try and do plenty more readings this week. Now I'm almost back to full health and catching up on my workload. So thank you so much. It's always a joy and an honour and an absolute privilege to read for you. If you've got any questions, drop me an email. See you again soon.